Okay, folks, good morning and welcome to Swing Trading Today. This is Bob Desmond, and it is 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, April the 13th. What we're going to talk about today are obviously the futures. We're going to talk a bit about some member stock chart requests as well as earnings. We are on the eve of a major earnings season. We have the stock market at highs never ever seen before as measured by the Buffett indicator and near all-time highs relative to the Shiller PE ratio. So earnings are expected to be outstanding. So we'll see. There's a lot priced into this market in terms of earnings expectation and, of course, the money printing. And frankly, it's priced for perfection. We do have short positions on. We are naked. Some Microsoft calls that expire this Friday. We may need to hedge those out just in case they go against us. Better safe than sorry, but it's looking good so far. And before we get to the markets, let's talk first about our sponsor. Good morning to our folks over at TrendSpider and the users. Folks, if you're not using TrendSpider, you're missing an arrow in your quiver when you're going out there each day and you're trading these markets and you're looking for an edge over your competition. You need to leverage technology nowadays to automate your grunt work, speed up your technical analysis, and at the same time, improve your accuracy. Reduce costly analytical mistakes and time your trades with your precisions by using their alerts. You'll see me use them today. Find winning chart setups with their scanners, and they also have Raindrop Charts, proprietary to them. I'll show you what that is later on. Now on not just intraday charts and daily charts, but now on weekly and monthly charts. Very cool. So head on over using that link below, 35% discount code below. Take a tour. They have a demo. They also have a 7-day free trial offer. I give it away free with our silver and gold level membership. So if you want to learn how to trade the markets, you want to trade alerts, sign up, 14-day free trial offer to the Contrarian Trader. Also a link below. Let's get to the pre-market activity. Okay, so as mentioned, let's go to a 4-hour chart. As mentioned, we are short of Microsoft. And you can see here on this chart, and again, we're not short of the common shares. We are short using call options. We have a naked call position. And that position expires this Friday. And yesterday, you could see that we hit the upper band of the rising uptrend channel, which is more and more looking like an ascending wedge formation. And this 4-hour chart just opened up here. You can see that we gapped down below this lower band of support. That does not mean that we are out of the woods. It still looks good. It's better than it breaking out, that's for sure. But we are always on guard. Take note of your RSI. RSI lower highs, and now breaking down to lower lows. Here is your lower low. Now, Microsoft comes out with earnings on the 27th. So I would think about if the trade went against us, rolling out another 30, 45 days, but with earnings ahead of us, I'm reluctant to do that. So ideally, we see these expire worthless. Our goal of late has been to simply leverage the options market to generate cash flow and avoid taking too heavy a directional risk, and that goes contrary to the Microsoft trade, which is certainly short. But most of our other options trade trades that are out there. They are way out of the money, way out in time, and all we're looking to do is scalp some time decay. Let's go to the dollar. The dollar is up this morning, but it remains in a downtrend channel on a 4-hour time frame. If we're talking about the dollar, we want to take a look at commodities. Gold is down yet again today. It had a rough day yesterday. Down over a quarter percentage point this morning. $5.10 the ounce. So we're looking for support here where we bounced earlier. And we'll see if this holds. Do we develop a trading range, fall into a trading range, or do we break? A rising U.S. dollar will not help the cause. But you can see on this 4-hour chart, this most recent bar, which just opened up 7 minutes ago, it's an inside bar thus far. Ideally, we don't break down lower. We are long of the gold miners. We do have a covered call position open on that trade. And that acts as a hedge. Taking a look at silver. It is up. Very nice price action overnight on silver. We bounced off of our Easter egg colored support level here in purple. Very nice to see. We are long of silver. Let's take a quick peek at lumber prices. They continue to skyrocket. This is a 4-hour chart, but this is just crazy, the move in lumber. Let's take a look at a weekly chart. Talk about a crash up. There's no inflation, folks. That's what Jay Powell says. There's no inflation. Don't worry about it. Nothing to worry about here. Buy stocks. RSI on a 4-hour time frame is very, very overbought at 87, more than 87.5, just over that. Let's move on over to equities. The S&P 500 is about flat. While we are heading up here, I would ask that everybody take note of this rising lower band of support. It has not been breached. It's been tested, but it has not been breached. But as we move up higher, we are entering a ever-tightening wedge, ascending wedge formation on a 4-hour time frame. And RSI at the same time is making lower highs. So we have a bit of a bearish divergence on the S&P 500. This can continue. Just because we observe this means zero. It can continue. So what we want to also do is draw our lower band of support. And there you have it. So watch this downtrend channel. Watch for a breach of this lower band of support, because in all probability, if we breach this lower band of support, we'll have a breach on price as well. And this is what I meant earlier when I started the conversation off about this market is priced for perfection right now. No matter how you want to look at it, you want to look at it technically, fine. Whether you want to look at it from a valuation standpoint, whether or not you're looking at it from a P/E Shiller ratio standpoint or a Buffett indicator standpoint, it's priced for perfection. The only thing going for it is the Federal Reserve and Treasury working in lockstep to keep the helicopter money flowing. Mid caps. They're looking pretty good. They've fallen into a trading range here. You do have an ascending wedge formation forming. We were overbought on RSI. That overbought condition is coming off a bit, quite a bit, not just a bit. So we have a lot of big banks coming out tomorrow. Not much today. I think we just have Fractional coming out. Let's take a quick peek at the small caps. Sorry about all this noise in this chart, but we've been tracking a head and shoulders setup on this chart for a while now. The small caps have done virtually nothing over the past couple of weeks. And we have a head and shoulders setup forming. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Here's your neckline down here. But we could still easily negate this head and shoulders setup. And you could just easily say we're putting in a higher low. So we don't know whether or not this is a bearish setup until it follows through to the downside. But it's ominous. We are flat on the session. We have a setup here on the Bollinger Bands with a very, very tight, again, 4-hour time frame chart. Very, very tight Bollingers. So we may get a squeeze here. The NASDAQ 100. You know, this is the reason why we track RSI so closely. You had an overbought condition, a lower high condition a couple of days ago. And now what you're seeing is a breakdown. We have broken support on RSI. Here's your lower highs and lower lows. Basically what this is on the RSI is a megaphone formation. But here's the price action. Looking rock solid, waiting for an excuse to pump up higher. So while RSI is telling us one story, price is telling us another. So how does this get resolved? We don't know. The market's going to tell us, and we'll trade accordingly. Here's your upper band of resistance. Watch for a pop out higher above it. So I suspect we're probably going to remain in this consolidation range through tomorrow when the banks begin to report. Let's take a peek at some chart requests. First up, Tesla. Hey, Sam. How's COVID over in Italy, Sam? All right, weekly chart. Oh, actually, monthly chart. Sorry, monthly chart, Tesla. So far this month, we have a breakout above resistance on Tesla. Weekly chart. We broke out last week above resistance, but we faded to close back down below support. But this week, we're back above it yet again. And here's what I was talking about earlier about the raindrop charts being now on weekly and monthly charts. These raindrop charts are proprietary to TrendSpider. Excuse me. And these blue, sorry about that, these blue raindrops are very much akin to a doji star formation on your candlestick charts. They're signs of indecisions. And we flashed 3 of them up here at all-time highs. And had you had them, you would have been on guard to bump up your stop loss orders because the market was sending you a signal that all is not well. And there was a directional change at hand. And this is what I would have done here. You attempted to break out, failed. Yet again, then we broke down. 1, 2, 3 blue raindrops, and then a breakdown. A sign of a potential trend reversal. You did not get the same on the candlesticks. So this is like having another arrow in your quiver when you're trading using technical analysis. For those not familiar with raindrop charts, the right side of a raindrop is your afternoon session. The left side is your morning session of the trading day. Ideally, you're closing out the day or the week or the month now with a big fat green belly. If you're long, that means that you're seeing buying into the close. If you get the opposite, like here, it's not good. It means trouble. So start using these, please, in conjunction with your candlestick charting. Sam, very slow in vaccinations. Yeah. You're a tourism country. For those not familiar, Sam's over in Italy. Yesterday there was a bad manifestation of that, and police took action anyway. I'm very sorry, Sam. This world is just, I don't know how to put it. It's very, very sad. Godspeed. Daily chart. We have family over there. I think I've told you that before. Daily chart. We broke out yesterday. Take note of the blue raindrop, which flashed right before the breakout. This is a great tool to have at your disposal. So here was your orderly pullback, blue doji, then a breakout. This is probably going up higher. What I want to know is, do we do a retest of support? That would be a good entry point. And remember, the methodology that we use is a rules-based approach. If this, then that. What does that mean? It means that I'm not buying right here, right now, where we closed yesterday at the open. If we happen to pull back and do a retest of support, that gives me an edge because I know that support level below's got to hold or I stop out. Now, if I'm right, because I'm not going to go entering my trade in a very big way, if I'm right and we begin to break out above resistance here, then I want to go adding more. That's our rules-based approach. We're building on conviction. When the market says we're right, we add more. We'll keep this active for a few days. Visa. We spoke about Visa last week. The chart was looking good. Here's the monthly chart. We still have a monthly breakout. No change there. Weekly chart. Here's where we reviewed it. Beautiful breakout. We're very close to a retest of support. Same thing. I want to know if and when we hit the support level. Doesn't have to be exact. We use a sensitivity tool to tell us when we're in the neighborhood. And the automated trend lines, watch this red line here. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to throw it back on. What this now represents is resistance, just like it was back here and back here. So if you buy now, expect resistance at this rising upper band of resistance. So if you want to trade it, trade the range. Let the software do the work for you. Daily chart. Now, on a daily time frame, we hit resistance Thursday, then Friday, and we backed off yesterday. We did reverse on the day. So I'm not ready here until either A, we pull back and retest weekly support, or B, we break out. And when we're looking for a breakout, we use no sensitivity. I just care about a close above resistance. And there you have it. And with that, folks, that is pretty much it. Just keep in mind that tomorrow, it's going to be big. I mean, really, really big. We're going to have Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs coming out. Those are your Pimp Mac Daddy banks. Those are your money center banks. Watch and listen for their loan loss reserves and their NIM, their net interest margins, and how well they did on their trading operations. We have a couple of retailers coming out tomorrow, the biggest being Bed Bath Beyond. Then on the 15th, we have Delta Airlines, Transports, another big bank, Bank of America, Citigroup, U.S. Bancorp, BlackRock, Alcoa, PPG, that's a chemical company. Then on Friday, more big banks, Morgan Stanley. Then we have a transport, railroad, Kansas City Southern. So buckle up. Today's probably the last day of light volatility that we're going to see for a couple of weeks. So get ready. We'll be here to walk you through it. Subscribe, like, and don't forget to take advantage of our 14-day free trial offer at the Contrarian Trader. And members, I'll talk to you this evening on Market Wrap. Sam, be well. Everybody have a profitable trading day. Talk to you soon.